Imagine you live 3,000 years ago. There are no phones, there's no internet, there's no Google Translate. You travel with your people for many days. You walk through forests, over hills, and across rivers. Then one day, you see another group of people. They look different. Their clothes are different. Their tools are different. And when they speak, you do not understand a single word. So what do? How do you say, we come in peace? How do you ask for food or water? How do you trade with them? And how do you make sure one small mistake does not turn into a fight? Today, we're looking at how people from different groups talk to each other before the modern world. At the very start, people did not need perfect words. They used their hands, their faces, and the things around them. One person might point at food, another person might hold up a tool. Some might put animal skins on the ground and wait to see what the other group offers back. The message was simple. Do you want to trade? If both sides understood, they could slowly move closer. If one side felt unsafe, they could step back. A smile could help. Open hands could show peace. A raised weapon could show danger. Before people understood each other's words, they had to read each other's bodies. That was the first step. After a while, some groups met again and again. Maybe they lived near the same river. Maybe they used the same road. Maybe they came to the same market. At first, pointing was enough, but trade became more complex. People needed to say things like, I want 3 bags of grain. This tool is good. That price is too high. I will come back next month. So people started learning the words they really needed. They learned words for food, animals, tools, numbers, places, and prices. They did not need to speak perfectly. They just needed enough words to make the deal clear. Over time, some places created simple trade languages. These were basic languages that helped people from different groups talk to each other. They were not fancy, they just worked. The most important people were often the ones who could speak more than one language. These people were like bridges between two worlds. They could be traders, travelers, children from mixed families, people from border towns, or people who had lived with another group for a long time. Sometimes they were used as translators. A translator could help two leaders talk. They could help people trade. They could explain what a gift meant. They could stop a small problem from becoming a war. But translators also had a lot of power. If only one person understands both sides, that person controls the message. They could make angry words sound softer. They could hide something. They could change the meaning. So trust was very important. If you trusted the translator, you could talk. If you did not trust him, everything became risky. Later, big kingdoms and empires changed the way people talked. When one ruler controls many lands, they need a shared way to run things. They need people to understand laws, taxes, trade, army orders, and messages. So big languages spread. A person might speak one language at home and another language for trade or work. For example, a farmer could speak a local language with family, but in a city, at the market, or with an official, they might use a bigger language that more people understood. That made life easier across large areas. People did not only use words. Objects could send a message. A gift could mean friendship. A weapon could mean warning. A seal from a king could mean this message is official. A flag, a ring, a special mark, or a religious object could tell people who you were and what you wanted. But this could also be dangerous. The same gift could mean different things to different people. One group might see a gift as a sign of friendship. Another group might see it as a sign that someone is giving up. That is why people had to learn each other's customs, not only each other's words. Understanding the language was helpful. Understanding the culture was even more important. Religion also helped languages spread. When people shared a religion, they often shared special words, prayers, songs, and books. Religious teachers often had to explain big ideas to people from other cultures. That was hard. How do you explain a new idea about God, life, death, right and wrong, or the soul? You cannot just swap one word for another. You have to help people understand a whole new way of seeing the world. That made religious translators very important. Of course, people misunderstood each other a lot. A hand sign could mean peace in one place and insult in another. A silence could mean respect to one group and disrespect to another. A gift could be friendly to one side and strange to another. Even today, people misunderstand each other all the time, and we have phones, videos, and translation apps. So imagine how hard it was thousands of years ago. That is why people use rituals. A ritual is a set way of doing something. People had rituals for greeting, trading, making peace, giving gifts, and meeting leaders. Rituals made things safer because everyone knew what was supposed to happen next. They helped strangers feel less like strangers. The amazing part is that humans are very good at learning from each other. Even without the same language, people can watch, copy, point, smile, and learn. At first, two groups may only trade food and tools. Later, they learn a few words. Then some people learn both languages. Then families mix. Then children grow up understanding both sides. After many years, the two groups may share words, stories, clothes, food, and ideas. That is how strange people slowly become familiar people. It did not happen in one day. It happened through many small moments. Little by little, people learned how to understand each other. So, how did ancient people talk to strangers? They used simple words, body language, gifts, trade, translators, shared customs, and common language. They used everything they had. And that tells us something important about humans. We are not only good at talking, we are good at finding a way to be understood, even when we don't share the same words. That may be one of the big reasons humans became so powerful. We learned how to turn strangers into people we could trade with, live with, and learn from. And it all started with one simple question: how do I make this person understand me?